everyone, and welcome to Beyond Focus TV. My name is Angie Daniel, and I am your hostess for the show. Tonight's show is about how you can help your family members alleviate their pain if they're at home, to just bring somebody to help them get from point A to point Z. We have Mr. Joseph Bazelais. He is the owner of J&J Home Healthcare Agency. He's going to describe to us how you can bring your family member in and have the agency take care of everything else for them. We're going to take a short break. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Beyond Focus TV. Before I took a break, I did tell you I was going to introduce you to Mr. Joseph Bazelais. Sir, welcome.
Ms. Angie, thank you very much for the invitation, and I'm glad to be here with you. As you know, I'm going to talk about the home care.
Thank you for coming.
Home care is a business, really, they have a lot to it. You have to be compassionate and, for you to be in that business. First of all, because there's, before you really think about open the home care, you have to do all your homework and find out, is it for you?
But I'm very curious, Mr. Bazelais. I'd like to know why home care? How did you get involved into it?
Because I was working for a laboratory. While I was working for the laboratory, and I used to visit patients daily, and I used to do blood work for them daily. I used to have maybe sometimes 15 to 20 patients a day. And most likely is diabetic patient, and I have to test their sugar and take their blood for the sugar test, and I have to take coagulation test, which is coumadin test, and bring in the lab to make sure that the blood is at level. So while I'm doing that, I can observe some of the caregivers, the way they care for some of the patients, and I realize that no, it's not supposed to be like that, because when you care for someone, you have to treat the person as a human being and as it's your mother or your father. So if you don't do that, they need to know more. They need to be trained more.
So you felt like the home health care givers were not trained?
They're trained, but I think the compassion. Because that's what the elderly looking for. Compassion, somebody who care to make them spend a good day. But if you cannot do that, you're not for this business.
I have a question for you on the compassionate part, but I just want to know how you got involved into it.
How I got involved in it, because I was studying pre-med, and when I studied pre-med, and I involved with the lab, and the lab sent me to the patient house, and I always thinking about having my own business. Since I'm thinking about my own business, and I see that business, probably this is the one I'm supposed to do, because I love elderly people. I love talking to them, especially when I see two elderly, they're walking in the street hand in hand. And it's a beautiful thing. They say, oh, I'm married 32 years. I'm married 52 years. It's a blessing, because these days you don't see that happen.
Yes, it's true.
So, I said, okay, I'm going to try to. But it's not easy. You have to go through a lot of process before you can get a license to provide that kind of service.
So did you have to take a class for it?
I am a medical student, and in the medical field, I'm providing all the care. Yes, I have all the background they need.
So, for example, like a person like myself who is not in the medical field, for example, right? If I wanted to open an agency, would I have to take medical courses for it first?
Oh, you have to prove that you have what it takes to do it.
Okay.
Like the background, you understand how to care for someone.
Okay.
You understand? It's the same thing when you're in the hospital caring for someone who's ill, who coming to you. You have to have all the necessary.
Okay. So we talked about compassion. It's one of the things that you mentioned multiple times within it. I'm not comparing your agency to anyone else's, but the question is, how do you think your agency is making a difference within the community in terms of the compassion towards the patient?
Oh, I myself, for my agency, I know how I do things.
Okay.
And I know how I care for my,
Your staff?
patient. And so I make my difference because based on the way I know the service is supposed to be provided.
Okay.
Even sometimes the patient don't have medication, they call, the caregiver call, or the family member cannot come in and to go and pick up the medication. I said, don't worry about it. I take my car and drove over there. It can be from Brooklyn to Manhattan. I go to Manhattan, go to the pharmacy. I say, okay, so-and-so have a prescription in here, and they need the medication. I pay for it. No,
Out of pocket?
I'm out of pocket, and I take the medication, carry it to the house, and I say, okay, let the nurse come set up the medication for the patient. You don't have to suffer for that.
Okay.
Sometimes the caregiver call me, the patient don't have no food.
Okay.
And some of them, they don't have no family. So I go over there and say, okay, what do you think that the patient usually eat? And usually I bring fruit, I bring things I know that is good for them. I bring it to them. And that's my difference. And
Wow.
they get me 24/7. If there's an emergency, 3 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning,
So you don't have no personal time?
none.
Wow. This is
That's my
unbelievable.
difference.
That's your business.
Yes.
I wanted to ask you a question. Now we talk about the caregiver part, and through the agency, how many patients or clients, I would assume you would call them, do you take care for?
Oh, right now we up to 170.
170?
170 clients. Right now we going up, and this year, at the end of this year, we're supposed to pass over 200.
Over 200 by the end of this year. Wow. Okay, I have a question for you, but before I ask you that question, I'm going to take a short break. We'll be right back. We'll be right back. Welcome back. We are here with Mr. Joseph Bazelais, owner of J&J Home Healthcare Agency. Before we took a break, we were talking about your idea of what you believe that you do as a compassionate person, owner of an agency that cares for older people. Is there a mission behind it? What's your mission
Yes,
within
we are
that?
the mission. The mission is to care for as much elderly possible we can, and help as much people to get jobs.
Okay.
That's our mission.
All right. So it's creating a give and take situation within
Yes.
the community.
Providing and creating.
And creating. Yeah, I like that because and I was thinking you said 170 people, right? You have it.
That's client.
That's 170 clients that you
Clients
have.
so
So I'm
far.
thinking if you have 170 clients, most of them would have a need of 12. See, I'm calculating like money-wise. If you have like a client for 12 hours, most likely you either have 2 employees for them.
Yes, we have 2 employees providing the
Care.
service because we have a 4 and 3 day, 4 days and 3 days.
Okay.
Right now, due to the fact that the state regulate the amount of hours the caregiver can work, we cut it at 3.5, 2.5.
Okay.
So one working 3.5 days, the other one working 2.5 days because it's 7 days.
So you're also providing jobs within the
Oh
community.
yes, a lot.
A lot of jobs.
A lot.
I like that because that's what the community needs really, because it's not being able to, one of the things that we know I mean, I talk about it a whole lot, and I've visited a whole lot of nursing home for me to see who the owners are. There's a lot of agency. We know who the owners are. And then a lot of the time, the people that are on top, the jobs are not created for them. You know, I've met a couple of your staff members, and it's such a small, short-knit little family, you know, where you have people that are there that are caring for one another, that are creating position open for people to be able to not only have family members that come in and be able to have a job within it.
Yes, but what I do again to make the patient feel comfortable, I listen.
Okay.
I listen to them. I listen to the family member because they need.
Yeah.
Sometimes they
Are greater than.
if you don't listen to them,
Yes.
you cannot help them that well. So you have to listen. And one thing I do with my caregivers, I make them come over. We have a meeting every 2 weeks with
Okay.
them. Every 2 weeks, we meet. It's like a continuous education.
Okay.
That they call it in service.
Okay.
So before the nurse start the class with them, because we do in service, you educate them based on what they learned before. So before the nurse start talking to them, and I introduce myself, and I start telling them, listen, it's not because the state asks us for you to come and get the in service.
Yes.
It's a process of meeting each other.
Yeah.
And for me to tell you thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. Because I know in the rain you're out there, in the snow you're out there, in the sun you're out there.
Yeah.
You understand? All the bad weathers.
Yeah.
The early morning you're there. You're J&J. You represent me. And I want to tell you thank you.
Okay.
They're very happy about that because you have to make the employees feel that they're part of you.
It's
And
really.
if you do that, you get a better job.
It's really
They're more
interesting how
concerned.
you said that, because I think over the week, like, I met with someone who was explaining to me what it means to be part. Well, she was talking about a nursing home, and she was talking about what people would consider to be the people at the bottom, which is like the home health aide, the HHA, whatever, how people want to assume of it is. But these are the people that have the closest contact with the patient. And I understood what she was saying is that if the home health aide person feels good about themselves, they will care more for the
yes.
patient.
Oh, yes.
You understand? If I'm going to go to work and then knowing that my job is appreciated, knowing that my job is appreciated, I am going to do better, of course. I am going to take care of this family member like they are my family member. And it's not just about the money part. She was saying that they have what you call an appreciation party once every 6 months, that they have that. And then for me to hear that you said in your end service, it's not just about, the state
Educate
requires it.
them,
Of
no.
course the state requires it, but
Yes.
you also are there to
meet
talk
with
to them,
them,
to meet
to
with them.
welcome them and tell them thank you for a
Okay.
good job they do.
All right. Another thing now we talk about all the good stuff. Now we're going to talk about the business part.
Yeah.
So how can we get the community involved in terms of getting more people employed if they were to want to
Okay.
come?
Only thing they have to do, you just they have to call us, and people apply every day. Every day, because there's a lot of people out there who need job.
Yes.
And this is a short-term class
Okay.
they take for them to provide that kind of service.
Right.
We have different kind of people who come in this country, especially foreigners. We have engineers, we have lawyers who come over here. They cannot work.
Yes.
But they can take that short class for them to provide that service. Then they
How long is
will-
the class, and do you provide the
to,
class?
I don't provide the class, but
Okay.
I refer them to places where they can get the class.
Okay.
We have
You know
Yeah.
what? Hold on to that note for 1 second. We're going to take a short break because I wanted to mention something right before we talk about the class and where they can take the class at. We're going to take a short break. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Beyond Focus TV. Before we took a break, I was having this whole bringing, jobs within the company with Mr. Joseph Bazelais, because I think it's really important when there are people like yourself who have opportunities that are open for the community to know where to go. And it's both sides. If you have a family member that needs care, you have an agency where it's owned by a black man. It's ran by black people. It is within the community. It's like you're going to make money within the community and spend it within the community. It's not like you're going to go out there and get a different agency that doesn't understand the people that they are around to take care of your family members. So you have a sister getting a job from a brother that have a company within the community. I think that's beautiful. So going back to what you were saying, like we're talking about the classes.
Mm-hmm.
Where are...
I have several places where they can take the classes. I have connection with them. We affiliate with them. Mm-hmm. If we need a caregiver, we call them.
Okay.
And so if there really anyone who really need to get into that type of field, mm-hmm. they can call our office at 718-422-0010. And we can really tell them where to go.
I'm going to ask you to repeat that number again and look at the camera.
The telephone number is 718-422-0010. This is J&J Home Health Care telephone mm-hmm. number. And you have people 24/7 to assist you. Call us and we will help you.
Okay. So is there like a website?
Yes, we have a website. It's on jnjhomehealthcare.com.
Okay. Yeah. So if someone would, if just in case if your summer's coming, a lot of youngsters, college, that are in college,
Yes.
they would want to have a job for the summer.
Yes.
And if you haven't found anything yet, it's a great opportunity. It's a great opportunity for you to be able to work for the summer. And it's also a great opportunity for anyone who's looking for work. I know a lot of people that I've met in my lifetime have had positions where they go there and they'll do it for a period of time and they'll go out of it and do nursing. Eventually it will lead you, it gives you a basic. It gives you the basic of what America is all about. You know, it opened doors for a whole lot of us. And you know, people kind of like, after my meeting last week, and I understand like how we take certain positions and we look at them and like, oh, you know, so-and-so's not making money. But it's not really true because within a lot of companies, these are the companies that have people that are grounded, people that know exactly what I want to do with how much money I receive and what I'm going to do with it in the future. For example, like you are in med school and you decided that I'm going to open an agency where I'm going to help the community and get to help people. You're probably not practicing medicine in a hospital,
Right.
but you are practicing medicine
Exactly.
within an agency. You
Yes,
understand?
exactly.
And it's really a big thing for us to do. So if there's anything else you would like for the community to know about J&J?
J&J is there for everyone, for the elderly, for disabled, and the sick people. And everyone who need a job, they think they would like to care for elderly people.
They have compassion.
Who have compassion,
Yes.
okay, and reliable. Please call us.
Okay.
We will be, there to help them out and lead them to what they have to do to get into that field.
Okay, great. Well, Mr. Joseph, it was really nice meeting you, and thank you for coming.
It was a pleasure to Miss Angie.
Pleasure's all mine, and thank you so much for
Okay.
sharing your information.
Thank you.
This is the end of our show. I hope you enjoyed it. We will see you same place, same time next Tuesday. Bye-bye.